What up, guys? Welcome back to JMac Sports Cards, and today we're going to take a look at why shipping a card under $20 like this is a bad idea, and shipping a card like this in a plain white envelope is the best way to go about shipping low-end cards. Also, we'll do a quick recap of my first week of sales here in the month of April on eBay. Let's get into it. Alright, so jumping right in here, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to actually open this package. This is a low-end card that I purchased recently over on eBay. I still do buy a few cards here and there. So let me get my razor blade here and we'll get this open. But before we do, I do want to take a minute here before we get going. I wanted to just say thanks to quite a few of you that have been going over to my eBay store, buying a few cards, dropping a note as you check out. And you can leave a note when you buy something. And there's been several people who have said, you know, I watched the YouTube channel, I just want to come over and support. So thank you all who are doing that. That's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. I'm not opposed to taking on sponsorships of companies that I believe in, things like that. But I do not want to be a channel where every 3 minutes I'm going to pause and plug some brand. Commercial break number 2. Some channels here in the space, you know, in sports cards and just on YouTube in general, it's a growing trend where it becomes pretty fake. They just put out content just to be able to plug all the different brands that they're got sponsorship deals with. I do not want this channel to come to that. Hard pass. A couple ways that you can support is doing just that, you know, going to the store, buying a couple cards, something like that. So cool. And I'm not going to promote it. I'm not going to sit here and talk much about it. But I did want to thank the people that have done that, and also the people that use some of my affiliate links. Other than that, I will probably not take on hardly any sponsorships on this channel. So this card here, if you follow me on Instagram, which if you don't, you should. So this is how this came packaged. Here in a giant bubble mailer, and then in this cardboard contraption. But on that channel, I post PC cards, I post different random stuff, nothing like the YouTube channel where it's fairly serious here. So, but I've been building and I posted on Instagram that, you know, I've been looking for, and I've already sort of gotten what I wanted. This is a Kim Ekwonu, or Ike Ekwonu. He's a top 10 pick, the Panthers starting left tackle. It's a rookie auto to 99. I can't remember if this was I believe it was an auction. I won the thing for $1.25, and it was $5 shipping. So this card cost me and tax 58 cents. So this card cost me $6.83. This card should have at max cost me the $1.25 and maybe 99 cents shipping. I personally do free shipping on all low-end cards under $20, but this card cost me almost $7. Most of that, majority of that in shipping. In this ginormous bubble mailer waste, this thing would have got here just fine in an envelope like this. So this is what I want to talk about today, shipping low-end cards. Here's the way I ship them, and I'm gonna flip the camera around, and we'll talk about the eBay standard envelope program, which I think there's a lot of misinformation, or just people that just haven't, you know, really, a lot of eBay sellers that sell sports cards that actually haven't went out and done their homework, don't understand it, and don't use it, and are sort of, some of them are anti using this program, when in reality, it's the best thing that's came to eBay in quite some time. So, you know, some of you are going to disagree. That's okay. I'm not opposed to people disagreeing, but once I'll try to explain this a little bit better to make you see why I think it's the best thing that's came to eBay since eBay's inception. So let me flip the camera around and I'll show you how I do it. I guess before I do, I just want to show you, like, this is my basically all the shipping supplies I need as a sports card reseller. You can see there's plain white envelopes, there's these boxes that I can ship slabs in that are higher end, bubble mailers, small bubble mailers, shipping tape, blue painter's tape, penny sleeves, rigid mailers. I'll get into when I use those. Thermal labels. These are just priority mail. I cut these out for cardboard. Don't have to pay for those. Penny sleeves and more tape. And one more thing, when you're an eBay seller and you got a store, every quarter they give you, depending on the store level, you get at least, I think it's what, $25 credit. And so I picked up, you know, these with my credit, and I picked up that shipping tape with my store credit. You buy it through eBay, and also a scale. So, but most of this stuff I do have links for down in the video description below if you want to check some of that out, see what I use. But let's flip it around here. Okay, so what we have here is 3 methods that work with using the eBay standard envelope program for one card, a single card, you know, a single standard size card. What, 35 point, I guess, is the size of the card. Maybe even you could get to 55 point with one card. What I always use is a just normal size top loader. I take that card, put it in a team bag, seal it, and put it in the plain white envelope, seal it, put a label, affix a label to it, and done. That's all there is to it. You could also use, this is a single card, this is a Beckett Shield, but like a card saver too. I always put one piece of painter's tape at the top of it, and then I also put it in a team bag, seal it. Or some people do this method with the thin piece of cardboard affixed to a card, put it in, same deal there, and put it in the envelope. All 3 are acceptable ways. So what is the eBay standard envelope program? It's a more affordable than using USPS first class package service when shipping packages that weigh 3 ounces or less. You got the 1 ounce that costs 60 cents, the 2 ounce that costs 84 cents, and the 3 ounce is 108. What I've learned through it all, why these all work, is because these are still fairly, you know, flexible. So these all run through, in the eBay standard envelope shipping program, they run through a machine at each regional shipping location, and it takes the cards and it goes through, you know, some sort of process of being scanned through a machine, not touched by, you know, it's not people processing them per se. So, but if it gets too thick and it's too rigid, guess what? It's not going to be machine washable. And I've heard others say that like this is the best way because these are the least rigid of them all. So that all being said, so yes, one single cards I can ship free shipping and minimum ship them at like $2. I try not to sell cards under $2. Every once in a while when I really want to move, I'll ship them for $1.50, and so it costs 60 cents to ship them. I'm not making but like 30-40 cents after all taxes and fees and shipping on the card like that. But if I'm moving bulk, I'm moving a lot of inventory, that's okay. When I'm shipping them at $2 plus, you know, I'm usually making like at least $1 per card on them, so I feel better about selling cards at $2 plus. It all kind of changes with this program if you get beyond 1 card. So when you get to 2 cards, there's two to maybe 4 cards, depending on the stock of the card. I got a couple examples here. Here is an example of a couple Bowman Chrome, and you know that these are thicker stock. So if I were to take 2 Bowman Chrome, I use this method. I use like a card saver or a Beckett Shield like this, put them both in there, do the same method, tape them, put them in there. And this many times you can squeeze these in at the 1 ounce level and it will still go through and be fine. This, I just showed this as an example. These are the super thin paper stock. You know, they're really thin. These 4 cards are as thick as those 2 cards. So I would use the same method depending on like what kind of cards were sold in it. If it was these, I'd be okay, and I'd still put them in the plain white envelope. Although those would go fine in a plain white envelope. If you hit 3 cards of say Bowman Chrome or something like that, you hit a level like this, what I'm doing is I'm putting them in a thicker top loader, always team bagging them. Then I'm putting them in a rigid mailer and affixing a thermal label to these. These are going to be not machine washable. They're going to have to go at the 3 ounce rate, which is 108. But if you sell 3 cards, let's say I sell these at all $2 each, so you're at $6. If I were to ship these separately at 60 cents per, that would be 180. I would ship it at the 108 level, and then I'm shipping, you know, $6 worth of cards for 108. And then you also, the nice thing about when you ship bulk, you only get 1 transaction fee. So If these are combined in one order, you know, you're only getting a 30-cent charge for one transaction for the 3 cards. Whereas if it's 3 separate cards that sold, it'll be 30 cent, 30 cent, 30 cent. So there's a method to the madness of selling low end and trying to get people to buy in bulk. And so that's why I'm running a promo right now. Buy 5 cards, get 20% off. Because I want people to buy more cards, because it's less fees, less eBay fees. So, but if you did, yeah, so when I hit the 3 card level, they're going in a rigid mailer because I know they're not machine washable. Then if you get above that, I think you could ship, the program says you could ship no more than 15 raw cards per package per envelope, no more than 2 trading cards with top loaders. This is how I'd approach it. 2 top loaders with cards in between, put them in a team bag like this. This is like 7 or 8 cards. And this could also go in a rigid mailer and be at the 3-ounce level for $1.08. But you're getting about max out here because of the thickness of the cards. You can't ship graded cards with this program. You can't ship more than 15 raw cards. So there's some limitations on it. But just know that if you like I said, if you go above probably like 3 cards, you're gonna be you can't send them at 60 cents. They're going to get rejected. They're going to come out to you and you're going to pay the 40 cent extra shipping, or the buyer's going to have to, and they're going to be upset with you.
I'm pissed off.
So that's why a lot of people aren't using this program properly. That's my 2 cents on how I ship low-end cards in this eBay standard envelope program. It doesn't cost $4. This card shouldn't have been shipped at this level. This makes no sense. I'm the buyer. I don't want to pay $5 for shipping for a $3 card. I want free shipping, or at most pay $1. Alright, so some of you might still be confused, but that's okay. The other reason why this program is great is because this first class shipping mail is not insured. So this card with this huge bubble mailer could have easily got laid in between 2 boxes and curled up. I would have been able to return it to the seller, but the seller would have been out. The seller would have got back this card. It would have been crumpled up. Well, with the eBay standard envelope program for the cards under $20 and below, some people say, well, I'm not going to ship my card in just a semi-rigid in an envelope, and it's going to get damaged. Well, guess what? If it gets damaged, these are insured up to $20. So guess what's going to happen? You're never going to lose any money. Buyer gets this card, it's crinkled up. Guess what? It doesn't matter. The risk is 0 here, almost 0. I guess there's some loopholes that would make it where you can't get a refund. I personally have been refunded. I've had maybe 10 people say that they lost the item, and then I talk to them and I say, give it a couple more days, and of the 10, 4 of them came back and said, okay, the card came anyway. I've never had anybody say that they were damaged, and I've shipped around 1,300 of these packages this way. That's the thing. You're insured up to $20. Whether it gets lost, whether they claim it gets lost, all they got to do is claim it. If it says it in a conversation that it got lost, and you refund them, then with 30 days after the purchase date, you can go back, file a claim, get your money back. It's that easy. Alright, so this is going to be April 1st through the 9th is this weekly update. So it's got a couple extra days in it, but I just wanted to keep it clean here and just go ahead and it's the 1st through the 9th. We did total sales of $1,738.88 gross. We had net sales of $1,177.14, and we sold 277 items, which is a lot per day. So comes out to selling 30 cards a day, which is pretty good. That average has went up, and I would say a lot of that has to do with me selling the 5 cards, having that discount running, promotion running, buy 5, get 20% off. So I've had a couple people per day use that promo, and that's really helped with moving inventory. Average sales price because of that has become down. It's only at $6.28, where it's usually been hovering around $10. And I also haven't gotten any new slab orders or anything in. So I'm going to keep the weekly update part of it real short and simple. We're going to talk more on the topic on these weekly updates. So that's a weekly wrap here. And then that's my thoughts on selling low end and how to do it and how to go about it and why you should use the eBay standard envelope program. Just makes a lot of sense. You know, for you as a seller, you're protected. Buyers are protected. They might not get their card in some cases. But like I said, when you do the math, me personally, when I do the math on, I've sold like 12 or 1,300. I've only actually had to refund 6 people. So it's like 99.6% of the items I have shipped personally have gotten to the people, and they've been happy. And the way I shipped them, people leave good positive feedback all the time, saying it was triple plastic, you know, because you don't put them in. Some people, just want to caveat this, you put them in a penny sleeve in a top loader, or a penny sleeve first, always. A penny sleeve first, always. Then top loader. A penny sleeve or Card Saver 1 or Beckett Shield. Penny sleeve and cardboard, or whatever the case. Never just raw. You got to have a penny sleeve on it because that keeps your cards from getting all scratched up. So, anyway, guys, I hope you're enjoying the content. If you are, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. You know the drillio. And thanks again for all the support, all the new subscribers. That's all I got till next time. Stay tuned for the next one. Deuces.